момента е повече клуб, отколкото Bedlam, но може би в един момент ще става повече Bedlam, отколкото клуб. Не знам, ще видим. Работим по въпроса.
We tried to come up with a new name for a band. We were playing in a band called Ghost Notes, but it was just us two. And Ghost Notes is a very common name for bands. Apparently there's like Indian post-rock bands and Japanese new metal band, hip-hop stuff called Ghost Notes, so okay, gotta find something else. So for about a month and a half we're jamming ideas, but they were very stupid names, and he came up with Bedlam Club.
I came up with Bedlam, but not Club.
Club is nice. Bedlam is one of the first mental institution in Europe. And it wasn't only a mental institution, it was a prison of sorts where anybody can just end up in Bedlam if you disagree with things like that. And now the world we live in is quite a fucking crazy place, so it fits.
Да, така, искам само да вметна, че тази думичка, поне аз я знам от дете, защото тя в съвременен език, не знам, в български не съм срещал някой да я използва, но примерно в руски думата Bedlam се използва за някаква така бъркотия, за хаос. Примерно, майка ми често казва, вземи си оправи Bedlam в стаята. И винаги съм се чул каква джаба значи, нали? Винаги съм си представил нещо много така разбъркано, някакъв хаос, неразберие. И това, че този хаос по някакъв начин го набутваме в някакъв клуб, нали? Задаваме му някакви такива рамки, доколкото е възможно. Според мен сме го оцелили горе-долу, като това, което правим, нали? Като музика. Аз съм Димата и живея тук почти 20 години в България, така че да кажа, свирил съм в различни проекти, като започнах с някакви доста гаражни такива панкарски истории. Свирих в една чудесна група Кака Сяра се казваше на времето. След това свирих в някакви такива по-малко така твърди проекти. Имаше една група, която се казваше Реакция на времето. Свирих някакъв вид трайбъл метал. И през годините, нали така, все съм се занимавал общо с свиренето. След това имах един друг проект, който се казва Джезве, бла-бла-бла. Срещнахте момчета, те бяха двама всъщност в чешкия център на един концерт. Много ми изкефи какво правите и реших че на всяка цена трябва да свирим заедно.
Георги е наред, аз съм си от София и преди това с разни приятели съм свирил съвсем непрофесионално, събирали сме се китари, тарамбуки и така нататък. Баща ми беше на някаква командировка и ми донесе едно малко такова декоративно джамбенце и от тогава първоначално на джамбета, после се запознах с един французин, той ми показа конги и от тогава свира на това нещо, различни перкусии. Сам се познавам от преди да сме заедно в групата. Свирихме един ден, той дойде на едно таванче, репетирахме, просто се събирахме приятели, един приятел го доведе. Той беше с една супер дълга плитка до раменете и просто седна на земята и почна да свири на китара, след това фана един кларинет, след това почна да свири на барабан и си викам, какъв е този човек, откъде се появи. И с Димата се познавам горе-долу и с него от тогава.
По-отрано.
Или от преди това дори, да. И няколко години по-късно живях във Франция 2 години, върнах се оттам и всъщност се срещнах с Димата, разбрах, че те са се вече запознали и свират и ги питах дали имат нужда от перкусионист. И така стана. И така станаха нещата.
I grew up in a cosmopolitan city of Glasgow in Scotland. Messed around there doing various things, was busking in the street with the bass with the local musicians in Glasgow. And at some point I decided to get the hell out of there. I came to Bulgaria, lived in a small town for a couple of years, tried to get in the music scene but there was nothing happening there. Came to Sofia, met my true love, who we have a child with now, half Scottish, half Bulgarian. And on the music scene here, met Sam, and then Dima came, and then Jorka. Yeah, remember playing before in some bands. Mad Maria with Sam, he was drumming there. He's a bit of a all-rounder, plays everything. He was playing the drums back then, now he's doing keys, laptop stuff. And here we are.
Източноевропейска и западноевропейска.
Точно така. Изтока среща запада.
I studied more or less piano for a few years, violin and clarinet, but I was kicked out of the music school every time because I sucked. I was really, really bad. Like I didn't like any of it, and like I got kicked out a few times, and I gave up music for about 5-6 years. And while being homeless, I was living in squats, and for about a year, every place we moved in had a piano in it. It was very strange. So I was spending all my days playing the piano. There's got to be a sign from heaven or something, doesn't it? Or, you know, well, I took it like that anyway. I come from a small city in France, on the west of France, on the sea. When I was 21, I moved to England, where I was homeless for a while. Then I joined the circus, and I made music in that circus until I met my wife, which brought me to Bulgaria. And that's it. I met these three lads, and now we have a band. Yeah. I was doing the music, and I was a clown at the same time. I even had clown training and everything. Some really famous clown from Atlanta came around and taught us how to construct jokes and do all that kind of stuff, paint your face. And
is that useful now?
Oh, always, of course, of course, every day. How about you, man?
What about me?
How did you come to play whatever it is you play?
I learned at school. I was in the school orchestra with the double bass. We went on summer orchestra courses where we'd stay somewhere for a week or two, the whole orchestra, and every day practicing. The first place we went, I got kicked out with some other girl, 2 other girls. We were drinking. We were just kids, you know, like 15 years old. So we got booted out of that. And I actually left. When I left school, I didn't play at all for many years. And then one time, some guy was getting rid of a double bass, and I said, "Oh, I'll take it," you know. And I started to relearn the classical training stuff I had at school, and managed to adapt it to just playing with my fingers, because in the orchestra you play with the bow. So I managed to adapt it to the fingers and picked up some lines, and from then on jammed around, and then started to get better and better. And here I am.
Do you do some?
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, we were supposed to be 10, but we thought, no, forget that. We managed to live in it.
Fuck.
Беше странно.
A lot of it, that's part of our mythology, man. Like 90% of a gig we ever played, maybe 100%, it's always a weird fucking gig. Like, it's always weird somehow. We played Poetic. Do you remember the Poetic Fest? It was sunny the whole day. And about half an hour before we start playing, it starts pouring rain and everybody leaves. And every gig is like this to some extent. There's always something going on. So playing at 11, yeah, okay, we'll do it.
На 17 юли свирим на Атмосферик, на 30 юли имаме концерт, бяхме така чудесно поканени от Перлик Еко Джаз Фест. И все още няма потвърждение, евентуално началото на септември на Шек Дет Хълм в Пловдив. Имаме някаква уговорка, но все още нямаме, нали, конкретни часове и дати. Това са предстоящите събития като цяло.
Scottish for sure. They are different. Scottish one's more bigger.
Scottish kilts? Oh no, you don't have kilts.
It's early. It's early.
Bulgarian women, though, over Scottish women, I will say.
What you need to get out of most situations is a great idiot face. If you get stopped by the police, if you get controlled on the bus, you need a really good idiot face. Like,
Gets you out of all situations.
yeah, not all of them, but it makes everything a bit more unpredictable.
Maybe not in Bulgaria.
Oh, in Bulgaria, better than everyone else.
Too many idiot faces
Why do you
around.
think he's here?
Exactly. Yeah. I can get away with being an idiot here. Everyone else, I'd get killed.
Pretty friendly country, huh?
It's brilliant, man.